Next thing we're going to talk about is pipelines. Now, there is the ability to search for a pipeline by approval number. And let's just say 22503. I believe this was a pipeline approval number I looked up yesterday. And anyway, if you do have that information, you can search for it, and it will take you to a pipeline table that has all the appropriate segments in it. The challenge here is, though, you can't really go to the map from here to see where that pipeline is located, etc. So probably the best way to use some of this functionality is through the map. So let's go 4727 West 4. Let's open a new map. 4727 West 4. Still in our ARCIS map. So we'll find our ARCIS map here. ARCIS Mercator. There we go. So we launch our map. And you'll be able to see the well spots, but the land and the pipeline are off. Let's turn the land and the pipeline on. Okay? So you can see in this area there's quite a bit of activity. First and foremost, if you mouse over a pipeline, it'll give you some information: approval number, the type of line, current status, who the operator is, date of approval. If you double click on that pipeline, it'll launch a little pipeline report for that particular segment that you focused in on. So this is 21715, segment number 7. If you want all segments associated with that pipeline, you click on that little all segments box, and it'll bring up all the coordinates for every section designated to that particular pipeline approval number. But also, getting back to the map, you can also do things like select all the pipelines in a given area and either go to Reports Pipeline to see information on the individual segments you've selected once again, or all the segments associated again by simply clicking that box. Or you can also go to a pipeline table, which allows you to see only those segments that you've selected off the map in a spreadsheet view. You can't pull all the segments for all approval numbers into a table like this unless you search for that specific approval number. But as you can see, you've got all the key fields associated with this pipeline data in one single report, which you have the ability to customize if you wish, and also the ability to push out to Excel, and quite easily and quickly. We'll just let that load up. So, but there's a few other things that you may be interested in doing that we probably want to talk about. So, like I say, let's say we mouse over this. We see, well, we know there's at least one pipeline that's discontinued. So let's go under our search for pipelines functionality. Let's say you want to find all pipelines where the status contains discontinued. Okay, so we'll add that in. Now again, these are and, so we probably want to remove any preconditions we had before. But anyway, let's show us all the pipelines that are discontinued. Boom. You can see those pipelines on the map. Getting back to some of the other functionality that we were looking at that we used with well spots, you can buffer these. So let's say you want to buffer these pipelines so they show up on the map distinctly. You could call these discontinued pipes. You could give it let's say reddish outer line, kind of reddish brown. You won't and you want to make it fairly tight, I believe, to the pipeline, so you don't want too much of an outer layer. Now if we go OK, boom, there's our discontinued lines in the area. It comes, now this is an annotation layer, so it shows up on the side as something that you can turn on or off as the situation demands. And again, that's a way that you can get stuff to kind of stand out from other things. If you don't like this layer, again, you go to Edit, Map Layers. You'll see that discontinued pipes represented on the map. You can go Delete, and now you're back to the normal pipeline and grid setting. There's a few other things in this area that you can do that you might find handy. Coming to you can see in here that we've got a lot of activity and a lot of intersecting lines and possibly a whole bunch of things that you're not as interested as you are in others. So if I open up this pipeline filter area, right now basically it's showing everything. But what if you wanted all the other pipelines? You weren't really interested in the oil, gas, sour gas, water, or water salt, or water fresh. If you select Other, and you could even within that select All or Proposed, but in this case we'll do All Others. You go View. This will eliminate all the other pipelines from your map except for the other pipelines that are other pipelines that have another status that are there. Click and drag, select, go to Table Pipeline, and now you have a very consolidated list of that particular group of wells or group of pipelines.